Alrighty then, folks, we are back with another prediction show today. We're going to take a deep dive at who's going to win the Copa America in USA 2024. We got the group winners, and of course now we know the bracket. Who's going to go through, who's going to go home. We're going to take a little look next. Today we're taking a look at the Copa America and of course who's going to go all the way to the final and beyond. Of course we'll take a little look in just a second. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button back to all things Copa America related, Blackburn Rose related, world football related, all here boys under one rooski. Over the past few days we've taken a look at each and every one of the groups in this CONCACAF CONMBL combined Copa America and see who will go through to of course those knockout stages. We're going to take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And of course, if you're new, make sure you check out the old smash your subscribe. So here we go, guys. Of course, we still don't know the actual nations that will complete in this tournament, but we have a strong indication as to who will be group winners if we realistically take a look at it. Of course, there are some playoffs to be decided to finish the final two spots, I believe, but realistically, they are not going to compete for the top two spots. So here, of course, if you have not been looking at the videos, which of course is shame on you if you haven't, please make sure you do so. But these are, of course, how I anticipate the bracket to look at the end of the group stages over in the United States, baby. Here we go then, kick it all off with the bracket. Of course, only 8 teams go through to the knockout stages when you can compare it to the other tournaments going on in 2024. There is a last 16, unfortunately. There's only a quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then a final. Now, what I realised with the knockout stages, it's a little bit vanilla. A little bit vanilla. Of course, you got the winners of Group A taking on the runners-up in Group B, and then of course the runners-up in Group B taking on the winners of Group A. And of course, if those two nations that win, or basically you can in the semi-finals, you can have a repeat of the group phases already, which I don't like. I think they need to rejig this up a little bit to make it a bit more interesting, because realistically you could have Argentina taking on who do they have in their group? Argentina could take on Chile again in the semi-finals to go through to the final. So I think it's a little bit crap. If I'm completely honest with you, you need to pay attention. But anyway, these are my nations. I have Argentina coming out on top over in Group A. They will take on the runners-up in Group B, and I do have that as Mexico. Joining them will be the winners of Group B. That is Ecuador, and they will take on, in my eyes, Chile. That's right, of course, runners-up in Group A. Of course, the bottom side of the bracket, we have Uruguay, who did win Group C. They're going to be taking on the runners-up of Group D, which is Colombia. And of course, then we have Brazil, who won Group D. They're going to take on the United States, who came through Group C. So out of the 8 qualified teams for the knockout stages, only 2 CONCACAF countries will make it, which is good. Again, this is Copa America, which is a South American tournament, but it's good to have a little bit of a diversity in this knockout stages. But how far or how long will those CONCACAF nations last? Well, let's start with the first one. Argentina will take on Mexico in the first one. Again, there's a lot of press, a lot of speculation that this is kind of been set up this way, that Argentina will play so-and-so in the final in Miami. That's where the final will be. And, of course, who plays in Miami? Of course, Lionel Messi. But I do think Argentina will be, at the moment, they're just riding a crest of the wave, current world champions. Everything seems to be coming up rosy for Argentina. I do think they will go and beat Mexico here to go through to that semi-final, of course. But who will they take on? Will it be a repeat of the group successes? Will they take on Chile from their group, or will they take on the winner of Group B? Of course, Ecuador will take on Chile. Big bad boy Brereton Diaz hoping to be a part of this. And if so, I'll keep an eye on him. But of course, he's no longer a Rovers player. But it doesn't, regardless, my love affair for Chile may have taken down a notch. I do think Ecuador, as group winners of Group B, will save us of the anguish of having a repeat of the group stages matches. So it will be Argentina, it will be Ecuador for a spot in the Copa America final. Of course, who's going to get there? We'll see shortly. Meanwhile, Uruguay will take on the winner of, the runners-up of Group D, and that will be Colombia, of course, 2 South African powerhouses that starve the success of the recent dominance maybe of Brazil and Argentina. But this is a great chance for either one of those nations to get to the semi-finals. And of course, for me, I think Uruguay at the moment, Bielsa ball, kicking ass and taking in, good chance for them to really go up quite far here and maybe even set up a tasty final with the winners of the Argentina-Ecuador game. Well, of course, we'll see who that is in a very short matter of time. Brazil will then take on the hosts, United States, of course. And what have I gone here for here? Have I gone for a surprise? I think I may have gone for a surprise. I think I've gone for the United States. Of course, home crowd here. Brazil have been a little bit off their game, of course, in the World Cup qualifying phase to set up an absolute treat here. It is a repeat of the group stages with the Uruguayans up against the United States for a spot in that final. Yeah, if my first... Maybe my only major shock in this tournament will be the United States sidestepping Brazil to get through to the semi-final with a chance to at least make the final. We'll see. So Argentina will take on Ecuador in the first of the semi-final. Should be business as usual in my eyes. I do think Argentina with Messi and of course the World Cup winning team of Argentina to make the final here. It is written in the stars at the moment, and of course it is written in the stars that my gut feeling that it could be a United States-Argentina final, which would be an absolute batshit crazy if we were going to be completely honest with you. So, which way have I gone? I can't really remember, but again, it is a repeat of that, and I can't really remember how. I think I did see Uruguay beat USA in the group stages, but I think this time around, it might drag to penalties, and of course, with the home backing, I think the United States might just nick this one and make up an absolute banger of a final. It would be, it is written. It's like choreographed, perhaps. For Messi, who plays his football in Miami, to play in the final against USA. So the crowd, again, which way would the crowd go? Would the crowd go for the United States? So this is their first real humongous chance to win some major statement silverware here. Of course, I actually anticipate the Mexicans, the Canadians, and the United States all to do very, very well in the 2026 World Cup. And I think the United States are in good position if they can get their coaching right, if they can get the morale right, get the team spirit right. I think they could go at least quarterfinals, maybe even semi-finals on their own turf in 2026. And this, if they were to come out on top and win the Copa America, the first guest nation ever to do so, it would be an absolute statement. And I'm not saying, I'm going to do my reveal here. And my understanding is that it's not going to be one-way traffic here. It's not going to be one-way traffic. People may anticipate an Argentinian 3-0 victory here. Of course, that's probably what the gut feeling will be. But I think there's a goal in this one. Just 1-1, maybe a 2-1, maybe penalties. It will get dragged out. USA will play it cautious. And if they get to penalties, then guess what? They have a right old chance to win this one. But really, the quality is going to be too good for the United States. It will be a great game. It will be a great atmosphere, but Argentina will make it back-to-back, or actually back-to-back successes. I think they won the Copa America prior to the World Cup. They won the World Cup now, so this will be 3 major successes for Argentina, 3 major successes for Lionel Messi, and of course, not a swan song. He's going to have one more go. I think he will be there because, again, this is just kind of like practicing for World Cup in 2026. I'm standing by this one. Messi's going to be there. So is Ronaldo. Of course, if injuries and everything permitting allows it, they will be there in their aging for the late 30s and early 40s. But really, Argentina should be too much quality for the United States. But it'll be an absolute treat to watch. I'm looking forward to it. This year, 2024, is absolutely crazy. So many competitions going on. As we look forward to 2026, not too far away. But until then, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you bang the like. Make sure you hit the little bell. Of course, your non-stop coverage of Copa America continues as we get closer to the tournament. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next.